What's going on, everyone? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So yesterday the Dingo did get released alongside Season 1 and all of its other content. But today I want to discuss the Dingo specifically because I have unlocked Damascus Camo for it. And I'm still on the grind for a diamond. I believe I have like over 90 games done. I decided to just go to sleep yesterday because, I could just finish this like later on. I was in no rush. So first off, let's talk about the origin of the Dingo. So the Dingo first appeared in Black Ops 3 as an LMG, obviously, and probably was one of the best weapons to use in the hardcore modes, given that it could pretty much one-shot from anywhere. And this was pre-gunsmith. It only had like long barrel, quick draw, just all the basic attachments. So this is really the first time ever that the Dingo gets to have like the gunsmith treatment. And given that it's specifically a Black Ops weapon, it's going to obviously get the Cold War treatment where it gets all those attachments without any real downsides. And it kind of plays a massive role, especially with this weapon, because I would say that this is probably the fastest LMG right now. The fastest before used to actually be the Holger with its assault rifle type of thing. And I think you could say that the M4 LMG is just right up there with it. But like, I would say that of all the attachments and everything, and given that it has Black Ops attachments, it has like the most mobility and even has like a mag that reduces it by half. It goes from 80 to 40 and it gives you even more movement speed. So yeah, you could really build this weapon up for complete movement, like almost to the point where it's faster than any SMG. So now let's talk about the Camo Challenges. So the Camo Challenges for LMGs, they're probably one of the more lenient set of challenges. It requires you to get like 50 headshots, 65 kills without attachments, I believe 250 with attachments. As well as like I think 50 hip fires. They're not really that strict when it comes to like all the challenges. I would say probably the hardest one, and mainly this is because of FOV, was the long shot challenges. So if you guys are using the FOV option for ADS, I do recommend using like a tac scope or something to get those long shots a little bit better, because it is kind of hard to see, and I'm saying this like with an 11-inch iPad, it is pretty difficult. But other than that, the challenges are pretty easy. You'll get through the long shots relatively quickly, so it shouldn't take you a very long time to complete, especially if you have like all these XP cards that you could just upgrade your weapon to the max immediately. But yeah, that's pretty much the Dingo challenges for you. Like I said, not really that difficult. But as for the attachments, they are a little bit different given that they have their own names, but those names also do have an origin. So in Black Ops 3, with the supply drops, you were able to get different variations of attachments for a lot of different guns. They didn't change the stats or anything, they just changed them cosmetically, and if you put them together, it would almost change the gun completely. They had different names for different guns. For example, the KN-44 had KGB, the Man of War, attachment variants were called Bandito. The HVK was called, I believe that was called Spitfire, and I think the Pharaoh was called Osiris. But for the Dingo, it was actually called Steel Rain. So it's clear that the devs did their research on the Dingo, and it's nice that they actually looked up the attachment variants so they could, apply them to the gunsmith names. And honestly, I think they should do that with every single one of these Black Ops 3 weapons. I think that would be awesome. Imagine like the Pharaoh with the Osiris barrel or the Osiris quick draw or something like that. Even the KN-44, you could call it the KGB magazine or fast reload or whatever the hell you want to call it. Stuff like that would have been pretty interesting. I hope they do that in the future. But yeah, it also has different sets of attachments. They're all not called Steel Rain, but it is in your best interest to use those Steel Rain attachments because those are the ones with the best stats. They have the Steel Rain Quick Draw, the Steel Rain Magazine that gives you 120, plus it also gives you fast reload. It also, like this, I would say probably the most important attachment would probably be the Steel Rain Barrel, because it gives you like 6% fire interval increase, so it's going to be a lot faster. You get more range, you get more bullet speed, all that stuff. I mean, even the Steel Rain Suppressor and the Steel Rain foregrip are really good choices as well. So really anything Steel Rain is going to be amazing. I'm not really saying that all the other attachments are useless. I think the other ones are more built for Battle Royale. But as for multiplayer, yeah, all the Steel Rain attachments are probably the most important ones that you want to use. And I know you could say you could use that 40 round mag to make your gun faster, but I mean, I do recommend just using the 120 round mag, because obviously it gives you a lot more, like, you still have a lot of speed anyway, so it's not really going to make that much of a major difference if you switch to that thing. And plus, having 120 rounds with fast reload, that's something that most LMGs don't actually have. They have extended mags, but they never have like fast reloads, with the exception of maybe a few. So for the class setup that I have for you guys today, it's Steel Rain Suppressor, Steel Rain Barrel, Steel Rain Foregrip, as well as Steel Rain Mag, and Steel Rain Quick Draw. So like I said, they're all important. Specifically for multiplayer, and don't look at the mobility numbers, that's bullshit. Trust me, it's a very fast LMG. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be leaving my final impressions of the weapon once I get Diamond and I start using it on other maps. But as of right now, my first impressions are that it's pretty solid, it's pretty fast for an LMG, maybe a little too fast, but I think it's going to perform fine. I don't think it's going to take over the meta or anything like that, but it's just a good, formidable LMG if you want more speed.